Sound pollution, an invisible threat, also exploring the impact on marine life. Today we're going to be discussing what is sound pollution, why is it important to our class, and some specific examples of marine wildlife affected from sound pollution. Hi, my name is Dominic Jacoya, and I would like to take this time to discuss sound pollution. When the term pollution is mentioned, I guarantee that your mind goes to a collection of trash bags, plastic floating in the oceans, or smog covering a city skyline. Well, pollution can come in a form also known as sound or noise pollution. So, what is sound pollution? We can find sound pollution in every environment. The exact definition of sound pollution comes from Nat Geo, which states noise pollution is considered to be any unwanted or disturbing sound that affects the health and well being of humans and other organisms. Now that that definition has been explained, I am sure that each of you can envision a time when you or someone you knew was affected by noise pollution. Some negative side effects of being exposed to sound pollution are stress, high blood pressure, and irregular sleep habits. So, why is this topic important to our class? As we study organisms and marine wildlife, it is important to acknowledge the damage we do to their communities. Being at a maritime institution and shipping out, these big vessels give off a lot of underwater noise and exposure that us humans would not be able to hear. The presence of a ship alone causes extreme sound pollution, but let us not forget the time we spend drilling for oil or sending seismic waves around to gather information on the seafloor. These processes disrupt many environments and communities. Now, some examples of marine wildlife affected. I would like to highlight two specific animals that live in the ocean: the whale and the dolphin. A whale being the largest marine mammal in the world, and the dolphin being the smartest animal in the ocean, both rely on echolocation. Each location is used to help communicate, mate, and find their way through waters. This term is known as masking, which means their awareness and senses are actually quote unquote masked from NOAA. Gray and humpback whales have altered their migratory patterns due to seismic activity and industrial exposure. Hong Kong is a very active area with constant importing and exporting. This area is an environment for over 2,000 native Chinese white whales. 80% of their population has declined within the last 15 years due to ship propellers, human use, and more. Some solutions are in the works to help stop this issue. Shipping propellers are becoming electric, which helps to make less sound and air bubbles that are acting as barriers and replicate the sound of a healthy coral reef, aiding to attract more fish back to this area. Other solutions are being put into place, such as less construction in these areas where marine wildlife live, to hopefully reduce sound pollution there. This source I used was from Young. In Finding Nemo, towards the end, when Dory and Nemo were communicating with that large whale in the harbor, the whale heard the echolocation and made its way towards Dory and Nemo. This is what happens to these animals. Noise in the water can falsely identify as other organisms, or the sound can be harmful and cause irregular behaviors. Sadly, this could result in death to hunger or death, ultimately having them beach themselves. So let's review important takeaways. I believe it is important to recognize how sound pollution is very relevant. Not only is noise pollution affecting marine life, but it's also affecting humans. Whales and dolphins who rely on echolocation are slowly becoming to alter their migratory patterns and their feeding habits. Notable noise pollution occurs in areas where heavy shipping occurs and where military training can be. In areas where specific organisms are being affected, like the Chinese white dolphin, measures need to be taken. Some solutions can be alternate shipping routes that try to navigate a bit further out of their habit so that these dolphins are able to remain healthy and more alert. Remember, pollution isn't always just oceans filled with trash bags or a sky full of smog. It can also be an underwater and non visible threat. Thank you for tuning into my YouTube video.